Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rose Writes and I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug fan fiction. The art in my thumbnail is by fioxre on Instagram. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. They are insanely talented. You can check them out in the link below. Please enjoy this songfic, Waiting on a Miracle. Another day of school came and gone, and I've been counting down the days until graduation all year. Amazingly, I'm actually graduating. I've been unfocused for 4 years because of the cute blonde boy that sits in front of me. Radiant, carefree, dreamy Adrien. But of course, me being me, confessing my feelings hasn't been easy. I wanted nothing more than to yell, "Open your eyes, I'm right here!" But I could never do that. My shoulders slumped as I stood motionless, lost in thought. Marinette, there are only 2 weeks of school. You've got to tell him at some point. I bet right after we throw our caps, Adrien will be on the first plane out of here. Alia urged as we packed up our bags after our last class of the day. I rolled my eyes, gathering my chemistry textbook, folding the dog-eared pages straight again. After I get out of here, I'm going to the States to pursue fashion, remember? Not without me, your BFF. You're going to need someone to help you when you become famous. She wiggled her eyebrows, throwing her bag over her shoulder. Sure, I'll get right on. As I rounded the corner, there he was, his blonde hair swishing back and forth as he hustled down the stairs. I leaned my body over the railing, arm propping my head as I stared wistfully after him. Adrien donned the light blue scarf I made a few years ago. It wasn't quite the pristine blue as when I made it for him, but it was well loved. It was also a gift Adrien still thought was from his father because I hadn't worked up the courage to tell him the truth, in typical Marinette fashion. "Marinette," Alia sang. "How about you go talk to him before he leaves?" She urged with a smile on her face like a kid in a candy store, so eager. Sometimes I swear she's more invested in my love life, or lack thereof, than her own. But her relationship with Nino seemed perfect, and I'm more like a fixer-upper. "Come on, I'm ready." My words sounded more confident than I felt, but regardless I pulled Alia's hand, dragging her against her will down the stairs following Adrien. I stopped periodically, allowing space between us and the model. He walked out of the courtyard, standing on the school steps. He looked down to check his phone as I approached. The sun shone through his golden hair, creating a breathtaking halo effect around him. God, he's so handsome. My heart nearly beat out of my chest, my throat clenching tighter and tighter, so barely any air could get to my lungs. "Alia, you know what? I can't do this. I'm just doomed to always walk alone, always wanting for more." I checked over my shoulder to see if Adrien still occupied the stairs, half hoping he had left. But I couldn't be that lucky. My eyes lingered on the back of his head, biting my lip. All this time, I've been keeping down this unspoken, invisible pain, just waiting for an opportunity to tell him the truth. But as soon as I get that opportunity, I'm too afraid to seize it. All I need is a chance to show him who Marinette is, and this is that chance. But why does this feel impossible? Not that I don't love the theatrics girl, because trust me, I do. But I've been listening to you whine and moan about not telling Adrien you love him, so you're definitely doing it. No, don't, Alia, let go of me! I struggled against Alia's surprisingly firm grip as she pushed me out the double doors. The toes of my sneakers dug firmly into the ground to no avail. Against all of my protesting, she continued pushing me, even until I felt the offensively bright sun hit my skin. "Ugh!" I said after colliding with something. I picked my belongings off the ground, stuffing them into my bag, and then, ow! I rubbed my head, eyes still glued to the ground. What gives? My eyes finally drifted up, meeting a familiar green stare that was leaning down, grabbing an open textbook, thrusting it out to me. He held a hand to his head as well. "Oh, God, I must have hit him. Okay, girl, just breathe. In and out. Good. Adrien! I scrambled backward, hitting the doors of the school, my bag falling from my grasp, spilling a mountain of paper and various workbooks. So much for being calm. I swiftly sprung forward, grabbing my books to reorganize them. Oh man, I hope he didn't see my little doodles that said Marinette and Adrien forever. I'm so sorry, I blurted out, my heart doing flip-flops. Way to go, Marinette. Despite my clumsy antics, my dream boy offered a hand out to me, sending a shiver down my spine. I took his hand gingerly as my knees left the dusty ground. Are you okay, Marinette? Seemed like quite a fall. His crooked smile nuzzled itself in my heart, and my tongue felt like it had less room in my mouth. I glanced down, noticing I still held his hand in mine. I let go like his hand was on fire. Breaking eye contact, I ran my hand through my hair, brushing bangs out of my face. Yeah, I'm fine. I've had worse falls. A nervous chuckle escaped my trembling lips. Actually, I wanted to. I glanced over my shoulder to find Alia, who looked nonchalant, pretending not to eavesdrop. Here I go, I thought, mustering up all of the courage I had in my body. Adrien, I wanted to talk to you about something. Just say it. I've been waiting on a miracle for so long. Something big like a sign to tell me what to do. But I needed to create my own moment, and this was it. I was sure of it. Sure, Marinette, what's up? He situated his messenger bag over his shoulder, emerald eyes peering down at me. My breath caught in my throat. I opened my mouth to tell Adrien how I've always felt, until a girl shot out of the school, jumping into his vacant arms. He embraced her, placing a kiss on her freckled cheek, her dark bob still swishing from the force of collapsing into Adrien. My eyes widened as I blinked back tears. Kagami, I said, hiding the break in my voice. Wow, hi. It's great to see you, I said, despite my heart breaking into a million pieces. What did this mean? The kiss on the cheek? And Kagami running into his arms? Were they... Kagami nodded curtly in my direction before holding Adrien's arm like a predator sinking claws into its prey. We need to leave now if we want to get to the cinema before the movie starts. She pulled him slightly closer to her. My chest rose and fell shakily, my throat catching fire. Wow, so you and Kagami are dating again? I asked through gritted teeth, already knowing the answer. Yeah, it's pretty new, but it's been great. He nuzzled his head against Kagami's, kissing her crown, as she stared a hole through me. Her ember gaze only intensified by the glare of the sun. Could she smell fear? I absent-mindedly shook my fringe over my eye just in time for one lone tear to roll down my cheek. I needed to get out of there immediately. That's great. My teeth grit together more harshly. I'm so happy for you, I lied. Well, I've gotta go. Lots of homework, you know. Catch you lovebirds later. I grabbed the rest of my stuff from Adrien, then moved quickly down the steps and around the corner. Tears poured from my eyes as I rounded the corner as quickly as possible. I turned my head over my shoulder. Good. No one seemed to follow me. Watch it! A man yelled as I bumped into him at the crosswalk. So sorry, sir, I said, secretly grateful he had been there, or I might have brazenly ran into traffic. I quietly entered my house, attempting not to draw attention, scampering silently still up the stairs. Don't be upset or mad at all. This wasn't his fault. He found his person, and it just didn't happen to be me. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I sat down at my computer desk, the screen littered with photos from Adrien's most recent photo shoot campaign. I opened a folder labeled Adrien with an obnoxious amount of hearts. I selected all of the photos, the cursor then hovering over the trash bin. Marinette, what are you doing? Alia said gently, as she all but tiptoed behind me. When did she get here? How long had she watched me in silence? I'm sick of waiting on a miracle, Alia, I said, not turning to face her, still contemplating deleting every evidence of Adrien in my computer. I'm sick of waiting for him to notice me. I'm sick and tired of pretending that I'm fine. I finally turned, collapsing into Alia's collared shirt, probably staining it with mascara. I'm not fine, Alia. I'm not fine. Shh, it's okay. My best friend stroked my back, comforting me. No words came, just tears racking my body. Why did I cry? Adrien didn't love me because I couldn't tell him how I felt. I'm shy and reserved. There's no way he could have known. I stole glances of him for 4 years, only speaking non-coherent sentences the entire time. But still, I cried and cried until my tears ran dry. Sorry, I muttered, rubbing my eyes, mascara now streaming down my face. It's stupid to cry, but I can't help it. Am I too late for a miracle? I whispered. Alia took my shoulders, staring at me with her kind eyes. Don't apologize, girl. You're amazing, sweet, and smart. You don't need a boy in your life. Don't cry, babe. She assured me, then tried to lighten the mood. But that is why I've got shoulders, for you to cry on. She shot me a wink, and despite the tears that still lingered, I laughed. I thought I would show Adrien something new. Who I am inside, but what can I do? I pondered while staring at the words on my computer. Are you sure you want to delete? Alia's hand hovered over mine on the computer mouse, moving my hand to select yes. My eyes widened, not meeting hers. The folder suddenly emptied. Empty just like my life. Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but my whole personality for so long had been the girl who loved Adrien Agreste. And now that I deleted that part of myself, I don't know anymore. Someone please just let me know, where do I go? It's sad that my identity felt tied to this boy for years. But all I know is I can't stay on the side waiting for a miracle. I can't heal what's broken, but I have so much more to live for than a boy. I planned to leave in a month for New York City and start my future. All I need is a change. I will move the mountains. I will make new trees and flowers grow. It never occurred to me that I can do all of these things without Adrien. No, I'm not too late for a miracle, but I don't need one either. I'll be fine. Totally fine. Thank you for listening. If you made it to the end, leave me a comment telling me what you thought of Encanto if you've seen it. Honestly, it's one of my new favorite movies. As always, stay miraculous.